That Don't Sound Right is a podcast about talking the way we did before the internet, when you could not prove anyone right or wrong.
All the expertise was contained in the people involved with the conversation. I'm Peter.
I'm Cecil, and I hope you enjoy our conversations. And as you listen, if you find yourself silently saying, "That don't sound right," send us a comment. You're one of us.
Is meaningful.
And then if you don't buy him a gift.
If you don't, then don't buy him a gift.
Well, then you're a heartless guy,
right,
man.
Then
You got to give him something.
Scrooge.
Welcome back to another episode of That Don't Sound Right, a podcast about talking. We're your co-hosts. I'm Peter Billman.
I'm Cecil Davis.
And we're here in the studio once again, back in the annex on a beautiful fall morning, trying to have a conversation without Googling or fact-checking. Those things can so easily kill the conversation.
We're going to keep the conversation going this week by revealing who we're going to vote for on
the count
of three. You reveal. That should keep the conversation going.
You know, I wonder what our listenership would happen to our listenership if we talked about this just a little.
Yeah, I don't know. So the official TDSR message is just go vote.
Just go vote. Just go vote. But also talking about voting here in Forsyth County, we just got the newspaper, and half the county has already voted.
Yeah, I went Friday to vote, and I think that one polling station that had already had like 8,000 people vote.
Yeah, I mean, that's half the county has already voted.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard of half the county ever voting.
I think that would make Tuesday the day to vote now.
That's where I'm going. I'm going to vote on Tuesday.
The lines will be shorter.
Yeah, I'm going to walk right up, right? Because there's what? Probably 5 times as many polling stations.
Yes.
There's only a couple for early voting, but there's plenty for election day.
I typically vote on election day.
Yeah, me too.
And I typically walk right in and walk right out.
Yeah.
Almost always.
Yeah.
Rarely, even during the really big contested elections.
This year.
Usually I walk right in and walk right out.
Hey, so also carrying on the conversation, I hope y'all enjoyed our mailbag episode.
I did.
Last week. That was a fun one. Listener number 1 wrote in real briefly after the episode aired, and he made a great suggestion. So this is going out to Michael Neve. Michael Neve, you need to take Brad's ice cream recipe and let us call it the That Don't Sound Right flavor.
Yes.
Because it's made of sun-kissed soda and pineapple. So we call it sun-kissed pineapple, the That Don't Sound Right flavor. And it could be another income stream. Well, actually, for us, it could be an income stream.
The income stream. That's a great idea.
So, Michael Neve, let us know what you think.
So, Peter, the holidays are upon us. We are now past Halloween. We're quickly coming up on Election Day. Soon we'll be into Thanksgiving. And then
telling
Christmas.
you, man, we were talking with some friends. The end of the year, it happens so quick. It's almost as if it's in January. It's almost like we're in January right now because we're planning for the next year.
Absolutely.
Especially like at your work, you're probably planning for next year. So it already feels like January.
Yeah, we're in the
And I noticed my stress level went up.
Yes.
My heart rate went up. I started sweating. It's happening to me right now.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, we're in business planning at work too, so you're already thinking about 25 and possibly into 26. Yeah, it's over, man. Year's over. But
so, we didn't mean for y'all to stress out our listeners. Sorry about that. But if you're new to the show, we do like to talk about things that just don't sound right, just like the title. And we come up with these episodes as the season progresses and as we think of things. And so this gift-giving season, Cecil thought about this one.
So this came from our IG director, Ella.
The IG director. Okay. Thanks, Ella, for chiming in.
So her question is, what happens to all the leftover money on gift cards?
So the big gift cards that you buy for other people, you put $25 on it.
Right. And so before we get to that, I think we should talk about gift cards in general.
Well, that's what don't sound right. That's why we brought it up, because anyone can talk about where the money comes from or where the money goes. But the real question is, why gift cards? Why are we doing this? At the end of the day, what are we doing?
So if for Christmas this year, I go out and get you a $25 Bass Pro Shop gift card and give it to you.
And then I turn around and get you a $25 Cabela's gift card.
What have we done?
We've given the money to the same person.
Yes.
Cabela's / Bass Pro. They're all
Yes.
a big conglomerate right now.
Aren't they really?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, they're all together now.
I think the way this started is people would give gifts at Christmas. There's a big gift-giving culture in America
Yes.
at Christmas. This is a big deal.
Right.
This is when some of the retailers go into the black, as they say, on the ledger.
Mm-hmm.
So we would buy gifts for each other, and they either wouldn't fit, or the other person wasn't excited about it, or whatever.
Or they already had it.
That's
a big one.
And so over time, maybe people just start saying, well, I'll just give you $100 cash or $25 cash. You can go buy it yourself.
Right.
But that seems a little impersonal.
Right.
So some marketing genius came up with the gift card, because now it doesn't seem impersonal to the level of me giving you cash, because I've put a little thought into it.
Right. Oh, see, what would Cecil want?
What would Cecil?
He would want something from Cabela's.
And so you go and you pick this card off and go up to the register and get $25 put on it. And then you give that to me. And so now it looks like, at least know that you like Cabela's.
Go to Cabela's and get something you love.
I know that here's a macaroni grill gift card. I know that you like macaroni.
I love
grill.
macaroni grill, even there's not one in town anymore.
Yeah. So I think that was the genius of it. And so now it kind of takes a little bit of the cash, but all you're doing is giving somebody cash. Right.
And it's not any safer either, because if someone gets a hold of your gift card, they can spend it as cash. I mean, you look at the back of these gift cards, it says same as cash, except you have to go to that store.
Right. And so now you've trapped someone to go to that store. So then enter the Amazon gift card.
Oh, yeah.
So now you have the world at your fingertips, and you can buy all kinds of stuff on Amazon. But then that's a little bit of a step back from it being personal.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's just,
yeah.
The good thing about Amazon is that you can load that gift card to your account on Amazon and just spend against it.
Yeah.
Whereas typical gift cards, you have to use it.
Yeah.
And the question is, I think one of Ella's question is, when the gift card gets lost, how long does it last? And where does the money go?
Yeah.
The other question, I'm sure, is what about all of the little 25 cents, the 97 cents that's left on all these gift cards because you didn't spend it quite all of it?
Yeah.
And I imagine most people feel like they have to spend the exact amount. And you so if you have something, you got a $25 gift card, but what you want is $45. Will you buy that?
Yes.
You will buy it. I bet you some people won't. Right. They'll opt for something that's $24.50, and they'll leave 50 cents on the gift. Right. But in reality, they can use the full 25 and then pay $20 out of their pocket.
And that's what the people are hoping you will do. They'll hope you'll spend the 25 plus another 20.
I think they're hoping you'll lose the gift card.
Oh, you think they're hoping to lose the?
I think.
Well, the first thing they're doing is they're hoping you're going to lose it. I agree with that.
They want you to lose it,
because when you buy the gift card, that's money in the bank for them.
Right.
And then, like you say, if you don't use it, or if you lose it, then it's just. I would think they just realize the profit.
I would think so. I think the money goes. Yeah, I don't know when the money changes hands. I would think the money changes hands as soon as the gift card is spent. Bought, that money goes straight to Cabela's, but not all of it. So a portion of it is given to the gift card company.
Yeah.
Right. And I bet just 3%, just like credit cards. Credit cards are 3% surcharge on everything.
Yeah.
I bet you it's a 3% surcharge. So the gift card company is making money regardless.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then Cabela's may or may not get all of that, but they're going to make money because they're selling merchandise for a profit anyway.
And there's got to be millions of dollars left on these cards out there, if not billions.
Right. I had one card. You can go on there in the back. I feel like it said the balance after 6 months, the balance starts getting reduced by a certain percentage every month.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
After 6 months, so if you don't use it within 6 months or a certain amount of time, then the money starts dwindling off 1%, some percent at a time until it goes to zero.
Like if I gave you cash, that wouldn't happen.
No.
Your cash would always be good.
Exactly.
That's crazy. I think gift cards to me, that was a marketing genius move by somebody.
Oh yeah. So, but then we had the gift giving episode where we talked about but let's say I just give you cash
Mhm.
and you give me cash. What did we just do?
We just
That's even, I mean, the gift card is at least a little step closer to being thoughtful.
what if I buy a cash holder card that's designed, you remember these at graduation. So it's like, it says happy graduation, and then it has a slot in the card for you to put your $100 bill.
Okay, yeah.
So at least you've thought enough to buy the card that contains the cash.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So Christmas is coming up, Cecil.
Yeah.
What store would you like a gift card from?
Yeah, I personally, I am against gift cards, and I have bought a ton of them and will continue to buy.
Oh, you'll continue to do it?
Well, yeah, because, it's very easy.
But why don't you just give cash?
Maybe I should just do it. Well, but it looks like I gave a little bit of thought to it if I buy the gift card. So I'm a hypocrite on this, but I think we should go back to thinking about the person and buying a gift only if we find something that is meaningful.
And then if you don't buy him a gift.
If you don't, then don't buy him a gift.
Well, then you're a heartless guy,
right?
Man.
Then
you got to give him something.
That's Scrooge.
Well, what if I like your idea of you actually getting a card then, where you put the money in,
right,
and writing a note.
How about this? What if you wrote the note and said, "Here's $100. Please write and tell me what you spend this on."
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, that puts the burden on the other person now.
Kind of does, then. When we first got married, a couple gave us $100.
Yeah.
This is when we first got married. It said, "This is to stock your pantry for the first time."
There you go.
And we took it. We took the $100 and we went and bought stuff like salt, sugar, like all the stuff you don't have. We used that $100 specifically for basic items.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
And you still remember that to this day?
I still remember.
That's actually a gift you haven't forgotten.
Yes, and it was cat.
And how many gifts have you forgotten? I have forgotten a lot of gifts.
I forgot one.
But you have not forgotten the cash for their pantry gift.
Right. I thought that was a that was a good gift. That was a good cash gift.
So we can make cash gift. I think we've established that we can make cash gifts meaningful.
Yeah. But now
we don't have to give it to the big corporate juggernaut of the gift card world.
Right. But now a lot of cash gifts, like if I were to give you cash, now is, you've got to go out and figure out what you want.
Right. It puts the onus on you.
All right. Now you've got to do your own gift shopping.
Which in some cases that's okay because I got something in mind. Like let's say you and I have been talking and I've been saying, "Oh man, there's this right angle drill I'd really like to get."
Right.
It's $150.
Right.
Right angle drill. But I haven't given you all the details behind the right angle drill that I'm really looking at. I'm loving. But you could turn around and give me, here's $150 to go buy that right angle drill.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
So I might buy a Ryobi and you really want
Milwaukee. But I want I want. You say, here's the money, go get it. Do not delay. That's the way to do it. That's the way to give cash.
Yeah.
Don't give me a gift card to Home Depot.
Right.
Just give me the cash.
Yeah. And say this is what it's for.
Yeah, exactly.
Spend it on this.
Right. And you know what? I bet you if we do that more often, we will remember the gift.
I think you're right.
I mean, if you gave me $150 this Christmas, we can do a test if you like, Cecil.
I'll give you $150.
I will buy the right angle drill and we'll come back in 3 years and see if I remember.
That I gave you the cash for it. Is it $150?
You know that right angle drill? Man, Cecil gave you this. He gave me the cash. He gave me the cash for that. What a great guy.
What a great guy he was. Are you looking at a right angle drill?
I am.
Are you really?
I really am.
That'd be fun.
I am convinced, just as a side, I am convinced that is an essential essential tool for working on engines when bolts break.
100%.
Because it's just hard. You got to drill it out, and there's just no way to get to some places without a right angle drill.
We guys should do a whole episode on right angle drill.
Well, I would love if some listeners have a right angle drill they enjoy that work well for them to let me know.
Right.
Actually, let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
Let Cecil know what's the good right angle drill for Peter.
But I think you have to if you're going to give cash like that, it's got to be to a specific person. So like if I gave you $150 and said, go buy a right angle drill, you would go buy the right angle drill.
Yeah.
Some people might just use that money they'd put it in their pocket and spend it at
I used to do that.
Chick-fil-A.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, people growing up, when people would give me cash,
Mm.
I just use it for gas money.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the running joke in the house. Oh,
Right.
Dad got some gas money.
Right.
Because I drove an International Scout that got 5 miles to the gallon.
Right.
Getting around was important. Cash got me there.
So it's got to be the right person that you're giving it to that's going to hold on to it and spend it on the right thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, more than likely that person already has something in mind. You talk to them like you and I have talked about this right angle drill, and like, oh, Peter would like a right angle drill. Here's 150 cash to go get that right angle drill.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just think of something. So, Cecil, here's $100 for a charcoal grill to use outside.
Yeah.
And like,
you might not need that.
That wasn't really that wasn't your idea to go buy a charcoal grill. Now you got to go buy. Why? You don't want a charcoal grill.
You want a right angle drill.
So you're going to take that $100 and your gas money for your Ranchero.
You're right. But here's the other thing I think the cash works is, so sometimes people, family will say, ask Christy, what does Cecil want for Christmas?
There we go. Okay.
And I'll be working on something on the Ranchero and I'll need a particular part. I was like, if you want to contribute to this part, then do that. And I will purchase it and y'all can just contribute to it, because they're not going to know what part to buy.
Right. Exactly. But you will spend that cash on that
part. Yeah. And so I have had years where people have like given money toward a part, and I've purchased that part, especially if it was an expensive part.
When you got married, did anyone contribute money for your honeymoon or for anything like that?
The only one I remember is the pantry. But yeah, people did give us cash for the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Now that you say that.
And you probably used it for that, right?
We used it during the honeymoon.
There's another good example of or a vacation.
Right.
Oh, y'all are going to Disney World. Here's $100 this Christmas to spend on lunch.
For one person. Right. Yeah.
I think we can single-handedly run the gift card people out of business.
I think so. Big Card is going to come after this.
Big Card is going to come.
They will not be our. Now,
for those of you that are new to listening, sometimes we'll refer to something as big, as the big company that is ominous in the background, pulling strings, trying to ruin our lives. So we've talked about Big Card. We've talked about
Big Automotive Repair.
Yeah, right. Big Wrench.
Yeah, Big Wrench.
Called it. Yeah. So we're trying to dispel those myths.
I will say that for me, if I get a gift card, I'm the kind of person, I'm going to make sure I spend every dime on that card.
Oh, yeah, right.
Even if 10 cents left over, I'm getting you that 10 cents.
Oh, I'm going to go just a little bit over.
I'll hold on to the card. Like if there's a Chick-fil-A card.
Oh, yeah.
There's 10 cents left on it. I'm going to that card. And I go back around. I'm like, they're like, there's only 10 cents left on this.
That's what I hate about gift cards is the 10 cents left on the gift card. It really brings a financial dilemma into mind.
Yeah, I'm going to use it. Now, my dad people would give him gift cards, and he would save them, like you're talking about. He would save them for something specific.
Okay.
Like so, people tend to give him Lowe's gift cards, and so he'd have his eye on an air compressor, and so he would wait.
Okay.
Till he accumulated gift cards, and then he would go and get that.
Right. So he'd say, "Send me gift cards to Home Depot.
Right.
I got a air compressor on my mind."
Yeah. Okay. And so he had a target, and so that worked out.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's great. But we still haven't answered Ella's question. Where does all the money go?
I think the money goes in the corporate pocket.
I think it goes whoever is the store of that gift card. They already got the money.
Yeah.
I really like to see that, the accounting.
Yeah.
Michael Neve probably could help us with that.
Yeah. When do you realize that gain?
Right.
I would like to know that.
I mean, I guess it's just income versus expense, and that's just an income. But makes it unpredictable, right? It makes it unpredictable because everyone's going to buy these gift cards. I guess you assume that a percentage of that, you're not going to have to send out merchandise against those gift cards.
Right. Yeah, I'd like to know when the gain is realized. But I think regardless, someone is laughing all the way to the bank.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
They figured out it's the golden goose.
And we're going to turn the tide. This year, cash only.
Yeah, if you're buying us gifts this year, just cash only.
Cash only. Right angle drill.
I have to remember that. You're going to be disappointed now if I don't get you right.
No, not at all. I'll just be super surprised if I do.
I actually had an idea for gifts for this year for people. I thought, wow, this would be a unique gift. I've tried it on one person, And I don't want to reveal it on the air, but it's one of those things. It's kind of like a pocket knife kind of gift. It's like, it has a lot of utility to it if you don't have 1,000 other of them. So like, you get somebody a really nice pocket knife, that's great, but they might have 20.
Yeah, like me.
Right. And so then you're like, oh, this is a really great pocket knife. So it goes on it goes up on the shelf until you lose 19 of your pocket knives.
Yeah, you got to run through them, or your other ones are dull.
Yeah, right. So so it's that kind of gift that I've kind of got in the back of my head.
Is that is this for one particular person?
No, I was thinking like in general, like
right.
If you're people,
yeah,
like for graduation, it's like, oh, this might be a great graduation gift. Yeah, like a clock. Yeah. And,
no, I had a friend.
On it.
I had a friend. His standard wedding gift was a clock.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what the best wedding gift I got was?
Tell me.
Well, there were two, but there's one that I still use. So I've been married 32 years this year. We'll use it again this year.
What's that?
Someone gave us a wedding creche, which is, I didn't know what that was when I got it, but it is a nativity scene.
Yeah.
And it was an expensive one.
Yeah.
A collector thing that you can add to.
Okay.
It was kind of really popular back in the 90s, but it's still relevant. And we use that nativity every year.
You set it up every year and build it up. It's like the big ones in the lawn?
No. Oh. This is one that tabletop.
Okay.
It's really nice. It's an Italian thing that was kind of popular, and you can add pieces to it. And we still use that wedding crush. That's what they call it. The other one was a tea maker.
A tea maker.
I used that thing for years.
I still have my meat dehydrator from my wedding gift.
Who gave you that? Do you remember?
I actually got 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, you had the reputation then.
I had 3. It was on the registry, and I got 3. I think we got 3 or 4.
I think you went through like a homesteader phase that maybe I'm not fully familiar with, because you
what else?
Dehydrating meat.
Yeah,
you were driving a car that ran on vegetable oil.
That's right. I had a vegetable oil running car. Right.
How many years did you have that?
Just a year. It wasn't that long.
Huh.
I realized it wasn't a car; it was another hobby, which I didn't need.
Still, that's pretty cool. You converted it yourself, right?
Yeah, I did. I converted it myself, but it's really hard to give gifts to me when you're running a vegetable oil car. It's like, well, I'm just going to buy vegetable with this money, with this cash.
That's hilarious. It don't sound right, but you've come to the end of this episode of That Don't Sound Right.
Hey, we want to thank everyone for listening. If this is your first time listening and enjoyed the conversation, would you consider hitting the subscribe button on the platform you listen with? Also, if you're a longtime listener, please give us a rating and leave us a review so others can easily find us and join the conversation. Don't forget to contact us on our email, which is tdsrpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Instagram, TDSR Podcast.
That's correct. And we hit 100 followers on Instagram. Which is a big deal for us.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. So
I mean, that is a big deal. It's almost as if every listener is now following.
Almost every listener is probably following Instagram now. That's been a big deal. We've had, for us, I know there are people that deal in hundreds of thousands and millions, but we have 2 of our Instagram posts that have like gone into the 1,000 views.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that was
good job.
I think Wayne went up to like a couple thousand. Yeah.
You figured out the
formula. I might have figured out the formula.
All right.
That Don't Sound Right is a production of TDSR Podcast in conjunction with Camel City Studios. I'm your co-host and sound engineer, Cecil. Peter's your other host and web designer. Camilla's our barista. Emily is our graphic designer. Ella does our Instagram and gave tonight's topic. Giorgio tests our merchandise. Brent is our international brand ambassador. And as always, listener number 1 is Scott. So until next week, keep talking.
And stay curious.